Stream is live.
You're live. Hey, America.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, it says everyone can see and hear us. So it'd be more than just America we'd be talking to. You know. Whoa.
How about that?
Hey,
full screen, baby.
You know, yeah, because people need to see my face closer, to the camera.
Yeah.
So that's I'm not sure anybody would be super stoked off that. But
have you noticed the bandage?
Yeah, it's looking better because I can't see the cut because of the bandage.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, things
I was just thinking, like, and from a distance, like,
right. So
you can't really tell.
When we show up to the festival, are you rocking the bandage? Like,
I'm gonna take it off in front of everyone. I think I might. I don't know. I'm gonna option it. I'm gonna see what. I'm gonna option it tomorrow and see what the people are saying.
Yeah, I can wear a bandage like Chingy, like in solidarity.
Like Nelly.
Oh God, delete this video, please. Like, it would wipe this. That was embarrassing.
We're live, okay? You can't do that.
That's a catastrophic slip. Ooh.
If anybody was viewing this, they're not anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm going to make multiple comments on various accounts that I'll make myself, and just to decimate me for that.
All right. So I don't know, how does it look for you? So I'm a little laggy.
I think I am probably a little bit too, but so my new goal is to stay completely still. And if we talk like mimes,
and just talk kind of slow.
Or ventriloquist.
No, honestly, your mouth to word thing is not so bad. I feel like mine is worse. Or on my screen, at least, mine is worse.
Yeah, yours is a little off. I think on my own screen, it looks a little off as well, but not anything that's so bad. But I think, it's not the worst. I mean, this is the best we've done so far. So
this is the best we've done, but I'm gonna pull up YouTube now and see if it thinks we're live.
Yeah, or what it looks like over there.
Because also what this might do, it might just record this and then upload it to YouTube.
Which, I mean,
oh shit, Luca was on Hot Ones. I'm gonna watch that on the train.
I'm kind of surprised he did that. Actually, that doesn't seem like a Luca hit. That he would be super willing to do.
He's just playing. He's got to be the good guy.
Do they have spice in Eastern Europe? Do the Balkan states have that technology?
I don't know.
I don't
think they're known for it.
Yeah, I'm extremely unfamiliar with the cuisine of that area of the world. Yeah, like, I'm assuming it's close to like Russian food, which is like cabbage and like hot water, and they soak it in it. It's like World War II food, like it was like, if you're lucky to come across a potato every once in a while, probably, and like you're stoked. It's not the best. I forget what was the name of that Russian soup I had once. It was poverty. It was awful. It was like a pinkish broth to it. I think the onions and cabbage created that vibrant hue of a broth.
Tough.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it wasn't tight. But yeah, I don't know if they have chilies or anything of that nature over there. I mean, nowadays I'm sure they do, but 30 years ago, probably not.
Okay, from what I can tell, I don't think we're live.
Yeah,
live. We're live, but we're not live.
Yeah, we're on.
Oh no, I think we are actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Would you look at that?
No, it says live now. Yeah.
Oh, hey, look at this.
Look at this.
We beat the odds. The kids did it. I can't believe they actually pulled it off.
They did it.
Damn it. Did
it. Lost that bet.
Yeah. My future bet is looking terrible at this point. Good thing I hedged. I always hedge, so I always come out on top.
You think you're big because you're live. That doesn't mean you have any fucking viewers or subscribers, you piece of shit.
You still don't got the juice. You just did the one thing. You did the first thing, and that's it. Kid. Whoa. All right, now what happened? You click this over.
No.
I think you could like show a video or something, because why would there be so much extra black screen if that was not the case? These kids got nothing. They don't understand how the game works. They're in their own little world. I don't know what they got to talk about. Heat 2? What the hell is that? It doesn't even exist. It's not even a thing. It's a concept. I mean, half the cast is dead, for Christ's sake. What? Jeremy Piven has more hair nowadays, and you're just going to put him back in the movie? Makes no sense.
So this this isn't working. Oh wait, yes it is. I have to add everything to stage. I try to add things, but it doesn't let me I still have control to like bring them in or out. I can put you backstage if I wanted to.
You could just throw me back there. And
I can throw you back there.
Keep me trapped with it. Look at that.
Look at that. That's not so bad.
No, it's on the screen. It's a little blurry for some reason.
It's blurry for you?
I mean, I can read it, but it's not completely.
It's pretty clear for me.
Well, then it's probably a me problem. Don't worry. Don't listen to me.
Maybe. I don't know. Hey, we're gonna see when we're done with this.
We're figuring this. That's all we're doing,
dude. All right. So we're here. We're live.
Right.
We might be a little delayed. But since we're here, okay, now that it's bigger, I can see more. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at us.
Special stuff, really.
Unfathomable. So maybe the delay here is a superpower that we need to
harness
find out how to utilize it.
Lean into,
you know what I mean?
Lean into it, like use it to our advantage,
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Nikola Jokic is like, I'm fat and slow, but I am able to basically be Neo because of that, like same with us.
We're gonna be the Nikola Jokic of live streamers.
Live streamer, yes, yeah. I mean, same skill set for sure that we have.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically,
yeah, something like that.
I think it's getting. Is it getting better?
I
think maybe it's good when I'm just not moving so much. Again, or how about this? Look at this. If I don't move very much, and now I just talk.
If you hide yourself behind the microphone, I could do that with my water bottle, and we could just talk.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just going to be our thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a bit. It is a bit, and we like bits, obviously.
We love bits.
That's all we got in this world. Pretty bad at anything else.
All right. Well, it's 9:10 Pacific Standard Time.
Right.
We were supposed to start 2 hours ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got on exactly 2 hours ago. So it only took us 2 hours, which is like a win, really.
It's
better than
a little win. It's still a win.
It's a small victory, but in comparison to all the catastrophic losses we've taken over the past 2 weeks, attempting to just get this far, it's pretty good.
Honestly, it's not bad. And now
we can't really hope for much more at this point.
We can't hope for too much more. Dude, there's so much I can do on here. Look at this.
You just got settings, just like settings on top. Whoa, look at that. Like and subscribe.
Hey, don't forget.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
I disagree.
Hey guys.
Just mad stickers.
Oh, breaking news. There is actually breaking news. Spencer just sent this to me. Paul Pierce arrested on suspicion of DUI. Found asleep in car in the middle of traffic.
See, that happens every once in a while. That happened to Addison, the wide receiver for the Vikings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was that's why I got suspended the first like 3 games of the season.
Oh, right.
And it was like I think it was on the way to the airport or like close to an airport or something like that. And that's always by far the worst way to catch a Dewey, is just like you're in the middle of driving and realize, well, it's better than crashing, obviously. So if you're going to drink and drive, which we do not condone on this show, obviously, but pull over. But like, that's a crazy thing to be like, so messed up that you're like, I can't do this anymore. I just have to park and turn the car off. And then you just wake up and cops are racking at your window. You're like, oh, like
you just have to be so like, you're just so, rich, and you're just so like
yeah,
well, it'll work out. I'll just get there. I'll just take a nap, But
the average person doesn't have the luxury of doing that, like you're gonna crash on your way to your destination.
I know, but I mean, it's so fucking dangerous. I mean, like,
again, we do not condone drinking and driving this podcast. Don't do it ever, people.
And I feel okay saying live on the internet that Paul Pierce is a douchebag.
Yeah, he's not a good guy. Like
he's not a good guy.
Yeah, I've seen way too many
funny,
things.
Good basketball player, but I said good.
Yeah,
he was good.
Yeah, no, he's very good. He just wasn't great.
Sure.
And a lot of people will say
definitely not.
Yeah, he did defecate his shorts in the middle of a playoff game, which is the thing that I think most people nowadays know him for most. Like as where I'm 33, Riley's a couple years younger than me. So like we grew up watching Paul Pierce, obviously, and but he wasn't a player of legendary status. So like a lot of like 21-year-olds probably didn't grow up watching him, or missed his prime anyway. So now it's just like, what do you know Paul Pierce for? Oh, is that the guy that crapped his pants? Like that's what he's probably known for nowadays more than anything else, besides his like him used to be a broadcaster.
Oh yeah,
or whatever. But like if you had like a tidbit of information about Paul Pierce, it's probably him getting like chairlifted off the court and then him running back on 10 minutes later after he cleaned himself up or whatever happened. People refute it, but I like to think it happened because it's too funny.
I will not accept any other theory or any I know what I saw.
Yeah, exactly. I was there.
I was there. I know what my eyes saw. You can't.
Was that against the Lakers? Was that the finals, or was it before?
I think it was against the Lakers.
I want to say it was, but I can't.
It was.
It was definitely at the Garden because the fans were like stoked when he like came back.
Definitely at the Garden.
They thought he tore his knee or whatever, and then all of a sudden.
Yeah, I thought it was done. Yeah,
I'm back. There's
so dramatic in a wheelchair.
There are bathrooms back there.
But if he didn't take the wheelchair, could you imagine him like trying to like walk back and then fucking shit slides down his leg?
That's why he had to have done it. You can't convince me otherwise because of the chair.
You don't get wheelchaired off and then just like run back in. Like
I've never seen it. I've never seen it once.
They had an extra set of shorts back there for him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, anytime someone gets stretchered off, you don't all of a sudden come right back. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But maybe it didn't. But he just got a DUI, so I'm saying he did. Maybe he did it again tonight, actually.
Yeah. He didn't get out and walk or anything because he couldn't.
That's why he pulled over. He was like, I can't get to my destination. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for them to get me. Yeah.
It's crazy. What does he live in LA? I wonder.
Not sure. We kind of assume so.
Yeah, I feel like he does. I feel like because him and KG still do that show, don't they?
Yeah, that's his thing now. That's what I've seen.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine. No offense to anybody from Boston, but like, if I had $100 million, I wouldn't be living in Boston. I just don't think I would like continue to like live there. You know what I mean? Like, again, there's beautiful areas of Massachusetts and everything like that, but like, I just probably want to do it. You know, I'd probably head west myself. But is he not from California originally? I feel like
I feel like he is.
I think he's like a Southern California guy, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be.
I think he is. I think he grew up a Lakers fan, if I remember.
Okay. One of those situations, and then
yeah,
turned into a blood feud later on. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's probably our Paul Pierce talk for.
No, that was a lot more than I thought it was going to be.
I think we just did 16 minutes on Paul Pierce. That's a great start. It's fire.
Also, we didn't mention, we haven't talked about this. The Dodgers won again.
Right.
So they're moving on. So
yeah,
we'll probably play the Brewers, but I don't know. They lost, I think.
I don't follow too much. You're the seam head here, literally right now with the stitches you got going on your forehead, like a literal seam head, which is kind of cool, actually. Consistency is always a good thing.
They lost 6-0. So now that
DUIs,
they could potentially lose now. The Brewers, they're kind of the favorite.
Are they?
And whoever wins that series plays the Dodgers, and Dodgers look good.
Yes.
And
I did see. So their weakness is their bullpen this year.
Yeah, yesterday was a rough game, and they just they ran out of guys. They threw in Kershaw, and
that's a problem.
He just doesn't. Yeah, he didn't have it. Hopefully he gets another chance somewhere down the line in the playoffs to end on a better note than that. It was such a sad. If that's the last inning he plays, he gave up 7 runs or something like that.
Well, so my entire thing with that is Kershaw sucked in the playoffs in his prime, like when he was, on top of the world. So throwing him back out there when 41 or whatever he is and completely washed. That seems like complete desperation. I actually just learned the other day that he was back on the Dodgers because he was on the Giants this season. So I never saw the news.
This season he was? Oh.
Yeah, wasn't he? Am I making that up? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, he started off 0-9 for the Giants. I'm pretty sure. Then he finally got a win. But I'm pretty sure I'm not making this up. Again, not a big baseball guy over here, unless we're talking about Moneyball, which me and Riley were both.
Oh yeah, and
extras.
We'll get to Moneyball. We will get to Moneyball.
Moneyball might be the most talked about movie on this podcast over time. Or show?
Right.
It's like a podcast, it's a show, I guess. This is a live.
So it's whatever you want it to be.
It really is.
And it's whatever you want it to be, and it's whatever you want it to be.
I guess that's
hey, I'm gonna clip that out, baby. That's gonna be pinned to the channel.
Yeah. We're for the people. How many people have we isolated already? We've isolated people who love drinking and driving. We've already isolated them. We've isolated people from Boston, Clayton Kershaw fans. That's got to be 30 million people already, but it's going to get worse.
The Kershaw thing is, that's everybody's thinking the same thing.
Right. That's just a truthful observation.
But, so what I'm thinking, I had all this stuff prepared for today, and it's not that much stuff anyway. We're not going to be able to do this again until Tuesday at the earliest.
Yeah. At least after the festival, bare minimum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, There's some news. Let's just go over some stuff, and I just get your opinion on some things and discuss.
Shoot. What we got?
And then we'll talk a little PTA at the end here.
Yeah.
But let's just go through it quick here.
What did Mel Gibson say this time?
Mel Gibson not in the news, from what I could tell.
Okay, I thought he said something.
But if we have time, we'll Google him and just see what the latest thing is, because that's
just generally what Mel Gibson's up to.
So let's just jump into it. Heat 2. Have you heard about this?
I heard the rumblings.
Have you heard the news?
Yeah, I heard the rumblings about it.
So the rumblings
a couple months ago, I want to say,
and that's all they are right now.
Right. Right.
There's nothing official. But
I can't imagine there would be.
The current rumor here. Let me pull it up for the people at home.
All right. Michael Mann's Heat 2 moves from Warner Bros. To United Artists. Leonardo DiCaprio circling Chris Roll, Jerry Bruckheimer, Scott Stuber producing.
So DiCaprio is circling it.
So
the Chris Roll. I don't know which one Chris is.
It has to be the Al Pacino character, I would assume.
That's the cop.
De Niro is dead. Assumingly, I guess. Like he gets shot at the end, but yeah, maybe not. Go back up to that real quick. A little bit lower.
Back up.
No, a little bit. That second full paragraph right there. Yeah. So it's not.
Oh yeah. So this is the Kilmer.
Okay.
Character.
So he gets away.
So is this
his wife? You know.
But was his name Chris in it, or is this like somebody related to?
Right.
I don't know. And by the way, this doesn't give all the information that I heard.
The timeline of that wouldn't make sense. I would have to be like almost a relative, I would assume, because like Leo is older like now than Kilmer was then, I suppose. But
this is what I saw.
Okay, what do we got?
These 4 are circling it: Adam Driver, Leo DiCaprio, Austin Butler, and Bradley Cooper.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's some handsome men there.
That's pretty nuts. Yeah, I mean,
interesting.
If that's true, I don't. And so the first thing, this is a confessional time. In fact, I'll. I've never seen Heat.
That is, I was assuming when you said you were going to admit something that's what you're going to say, but I didn't believe it at first.
Father, I have sinned.
Right. I mean, everybody has those movies though, you know, where it's like, you know, it's a massive, massive movie that everybody on earth has seen, and you're harboring this dark secret that you have not seen it.
I've seen the opening scene.
I was about to say, or at least seen the full thing, you know. Like,
I've seen the opening scene, but I was kind of like, it's like such there's so much weight behind it, and there's so much I know everybody loves it, and I like Michael Mann movies.
Sure.
I'm waiting for it to be in theater or something, you know. I want to see it the best way possible, you know.
I would love to see it in theater. That definitely is a movie that it's so big, you know, and there's so many big scenes in it that like I would like to see.
Yeah.
I mean, the iconic bank heist scene obviously is like, you know, peak cinema. Really, I mean, it's awesome. You know, I would like to see that in theater. But like, you know, there's so many iconic parts. Obviously, the De Niro Pacino, you know, coffee shop scene where they, you know, stand.
I have seen that scene.
I'm sure you have. You know,
I've
you
read
probably
that. That's
you've probably done a reading for it at some point. You know, that seems like
Josh and I have read it.
yeah,
We talked about doing it before, but
yeah,
we've
yeah.
read it a bit, and that'd be a good one for
Here,
us to do. Or
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's you know, I like Heat a lot. I watched it back probably 6 months ago. I was at my buddy Shop Klein. I was at Klein's house, and he had never seen
Fine.
it, and so we watched it, and it was fun being able to like watch him watch it. You know, like see somebody enjoy it for the first time. You know, and it was kind of like, how have I not seen this before? You know, it's like almost like he never.
I know.
You know, it was like it's like it fell through his radar so hard. He was like, "Well, this exists." I'm like, yeah, dude.
I know.
Huge.
And it's comical that I haven't seen it because I love all the actors in it. And
Sure. I mean,
you know, I've seen almost every De Niro movie. I've seen a ton of Pacino movies. I love Val.
Yeah. And there's so many random guys that have like, you know, small, like, you know, random, you know, like I mentioned earlier, like Jeremy Piven has like a little bit role in it, you know. And
oh, really?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it was like, you know, I made the joke earlier on here, but it was like he's balding, you know, he's like losing his hair. This is well before the hair transplant that he got that like saved everything, you know. Don't know what doctor he went to, but shout out that guy because
went to Turkey.
Yeah, it's good work wherever it was. And but so like when I started seeing the rumors of this movie a couple months ago, I'm thinking like, okay, you better get into production hella quick because Val Kilmer's already passed away. Rest in peace. Pacino is in his 90s. De Niro's in his 90s. you know, it's like it's just everybody involved with that movie is old, man. You know, and to like somehow
it was 30 years ago.
Sure, you know, and somehow create some type of sequel. Where they can barely move and stuff. I'm like, this is just not going to work out.
And,
you know?
And I will not accept any Irishman shenanigans.
I was about to bring that up. I was like, we've seen this before, you know, so I don't think we need to run that back. And, you know, The Heat is a much more action-packed film, obviously, where like you would need your faculties to be able to run around and run and gun more and stuff. And I just, I'm good.
So a couple things with this. When I see these four, I would think Austin Butler would be the Val Kilmer of the
that
four,
would make the most sense to me.
But also, again, I I haven't seen it, but like these guys can't just jump in and play the same characters, right? Like
no, well, like I said, like they're some of them are dead in canon, you know, like
right.
You know, so like they're all grandsons or sons of the guys, you know. I don't know how it's going to work in the slightest. It's almost one of those things where they shouldn't even be using the Heat name. They should just make a new original film based around like the loose concept of like, you know, bank robbers and cops trying to stop them with these guys, but they're just shoehorning the Heat property in there to get people excited.
It says that there's a 2022 crime novel, Heat 2, co-written by Michael Mann.
That's interesting.
Which serves as a prequel, a sequel and a prequel to the original film.
So like Godfather 2, a little bit, you know.
I guess
a prequel and a sequel at the same time.
This guy doesn't need another movie. The first was perfect. I love this movie.
You know, I used to be so against you know, sequels on big movies. And I still am for a lot of cases. But something like Heat, like, fuck it, why not? You know, like it's you know, like it never takes away from the original film at the end of the day. You know, we still will always
where do you stand on that? So like, you know, with, you know, these like the newer Star Wars movies and things like, you know, these remakes, you know, like you see people make comments that like, oh, this ruined the franchise or this ruined the original. I can separate the two, you know. I like
I used to think that way. I used to be like, you're
Yeah.
defiling this classic, like don't touch it,
Yeah.
don't ruin it. And the older I've got, the more I'm like, the other movies still exist, like
Yeah,
I know this is a for-profit world, and a lot of this is just money grabs at the end of the day. But like, what if you do make something cool, or like, what if there is some validity in the next thing you made? Then it's like, okay, well, now we have this also. So it never ruins the actual thing. I think there's some movies that you should never touch. Like I'd still hold firm on that. But something like a Heat,
no, I totally agree.
Like if it came out today, like we're remaking Shawshank, then I grab Hammer and I go to the studio and I do something crazy. It's like
easy.
We're live. But like what I'm saying though, like there are certain movies that like you probably should.
I totally agree,
because they are,
and that's
perfect.
They were recently talking about I think he dropped out, but Luca Guadagnino was going to do American Psycho.
Right.
I think that movie is still like floating around.
Yeah.
But I think he dropped out. I don't think he's doing it anymore. I could be wrong on that.
But they've been trying to figure that out for a long time, and
I don't get it. That's one that I love, and it's so unique the way it was filmed and the way the acting is, and it's just like it's such a weird movie. I don't think you can't recreate that. You if you do, it's got to be a completely new different angle,
right?
100%.
Yeah, and
but
like
in that case, why call it American Psycho? Just do something else. There's plenty of Psycho movies out there, like just make a new Psycho, whatever.
Sure, 100%. And like that's like if you're trying to do what Christian Bale did in that one, I'd be so intimidated to even like attempt it. It's like how do I do this even halfway as good as he did without being like a completely different character, like you're saying, or like a completely different spin on the project? I don't know how you would do that. But there's better minds than me.
It's one of my favorite acting performances. Ever.
Yeah, it's insane. Like I remember like this is a long time ago now, like maybe 10 years ago, but there was like those rumors that they were going to remake Scarface. They're going to come out with a new Scarface. And obviously the Pacino Scarface is a remake.
It was remade
of a 1930 movie, with the same title, but the difference, of course, is the original 1930s version was, it's like set in Chicago, like bootleggers, which made sense in America for that time because that's where like the criminal world was, and then the Pacino version is okay. We have, a Cuban immigrants, coming to Miami, and that is a completely different story, and like it works because it is fresh and brand new and wickedly different from the other one, and a sign of the times and everything. And we got what we got, and that's what everybody knows as Scarface. About 10 years ago, they were talking about remaking Scarface as a Mexican immigrant in Los Angeles. That was the new angle that they were going to take on it. This was like 2014, right. And the proposed lead for it was Leonardo DiCaprio. So, they had Pacino playing a Cuban, and they were going to try to have Leo playing a Mexican. And, they shut that. Obviously,
he could do it.
He could have done it. He could have done it. And just to keep up the charade of these Italian dudes playing, Latin Americans is like kind of a funny bit. But that would have been a completely new angle on it and everything. And, like that. I would have liked to have seen that movie, and I don't think that would have been like a defiling of Scarface, because it's already a remake. So it's like every 30 years, screw it, make a new one. And Scarface is silly enough where you could have done something like that, I think, but,
right.
Like I love Scarface, but at the end of the day, it's not like it's the most genius film ever created or whatever. But I don't know. Yeah, I kind of go back and forth on that concept in totality. It's like, there's certain ones I don't think you should touch, but at the end of the day, it doesn't hurt the original. So, whatever.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Moving forward, Bradley Cooper, we mentioned, rumored to be circling Heat 2. He's also rumored to be in this Oceans prequel. Not Oceans 8. It's not Oceans 8. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
I don't know what number that it's going to have to go with.
10?
It feels like they have to Ocean's 1. I don't know.
Yeah, Ocean's 9 3/4. Yeah, like what are we? Yeah, the Ocean's numbering system is all jacked up at this point. It's almost as bad as like the Rambo like series. You know, like that never made sense.
Yeah,
like Rambo First Blood, then like Rambo 2, then Rambo 1 or whatever it went. Like it made.
But it was Rambo 2 First Blood. I think it was.
I think that's called. What it was
something stupid. Like, why is it still First Blood?
Yeah, it's like they did Rocky 5, and then they just did Rocky Balboa, and then to create 1. It's like, why isn't this Rocky 6? Why is it?
Yeah, just call it Rocky 6.
You know,
I don't. You know,
but we don't talk about that movie anyway, so it's okay. You know, no one really cares at the end of the day. But that's interesting. This is interesting. You know, I mean, Bradley Cooper is the man right now. So, like, you know, I could see him playing Danny. I'm assuming he'd be playing.
I would assume, yeah, and so Margot Robbie. I don't think it says here, but I would assume that she's like kind of orchestrating this. You know, she's been super into producing, and she's like, you know, this very powerful figure in Hollywood now, and so she's just kind of doing what all the big actors do. You know, they're just buying projects and making their own movies essentially, and that's what it seems like she's like locked in, and then the deal isn't closed on Bradley Cooper. They're negotiating. They need one other like big star, and then I mean, for an Ocean's movie, you got to fill it out with stars. But
you have to have just you know, one after the other in Oceans. That's the entire bit, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. Again, this is exactly what we were just talking about with like this one. I'm sure I'll check it out, and doesn't hurt 11. You know, although like 11 is a perfect film to me. You know, like that is like
the 11's great. The other ones I don't care much for, but but 11's solid.
11 is like it's not one of my favorite movies ever, but it's like again like a perfect cinematic movie.
It's a fun watch. It's a good it's a good use of your time. It's entertaining. It checks most of the boxes there.
It looks good. It's got all the actors. You know, everyone's doing like their own little thing. Brad Pitt's eating the entire time, which, you know, if you're making a perfect movie, that's part of it. There's no Tom Cruise running, but there's Brad Pitt eating, which is like pretty good.
We'll take it.
You know, young Matt Damon, you know, is great in it. Yeah, I mean, it's just I very very much like the original Oceans, but you know, I like Robbie, and I like Bradley Cooper, so you know.
So here's another part. This was I don't have it pulled up, but this is maybe a day ago, 2 days ago. You know, George Clooney has the movie coming out with Adam Sandler, directed by Noah Baumbach. So they're like, you know, doing the whole award circuit and everything. Somebody was interviewing George Clooney and asked him about Oceans, because like there had been like murmurs here and there about him returning, and he said yes, like there is an Oceans 14, and they just got funding for it. Like they just like have a deal for it. Nobody is locked in on it yet. Nobody is like officially casted. He's made it seem like he's confident that Damon and Pitt and Don Cheadle and Julia Roberts are all going to come back.
Yeah.
But so now we have a fourth installment of those movies, and then a prequel with Margot Robbie.
Yeah, it's oversaturated. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting a little silly now, isn't it? I didn't see any of that actually.
It's
So
again, it's like the Margot Robbie. Like, I'd love to see her do a heist movie, but why does it have to be Oceans? I know that's like the
yeah,
property, and that's,
yeah,
I
totally.
guess maybe that sells more. I don't know. Does it sell better if it's
I
Oceans? I mean, if you have Margot Robbie, Bradley Cooper leading a heist movie, I'd see that. It doesn't need to be
I'd
called
watch that.
Oceans.
I'd watch that no matter what. It's one of those things, man, where and like we've seen this so much in the last say like 10 years or so with Hollywood, where um, you know these studios and producers and stuff, they when they have a property, a built-in name, and the movie fails and it flops, they're able to go back to their bosses and be like, "Well, I had the property, like it was supposed to work.
Yeah.
I didn't take
No,
a risk.
that's a good point.
I played it safe, because I had like they made a Battleship movie, right? Like Battleship, based off
Yeah.
like the game board,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
board game, Battleship. And it's like, well, why'd you do that? It's like, well, it's a built-in property that people recognize and people have
Yeah.
all played it, so it should have worked. Just
And it was
because,
like Transformers came out before that, and it was a huge hit. And it's like,
yeah,
well, why can't this work?
right. It's like, I didn't take a risk, it's all risk
Yeah.
adjacent, and they're able to sell to their bosses easier when something doesn't work out. Like, well, the numbers were there, and there's a lot of people that are fans of this property, whatever it may be, even if it's a freaking board game, you know. So I think it's all like job, insurance, it's like covering your own basis
Yeah.
so much, and people are afraid to take real swings on things. So it's like, okay, let's just hide behind the name, the brand name that people already know and stuff,
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like it's easier to sell, it's easier to get
Yeah,
funding if you
yeah,
have the big stars attached and you have an IP that
right,
is, that already created successful movies, and one not so successful one that we don't need to talk about. Um,
right.
but yeah, no, you're I think you nailed it. It's like
Yeah, I mean,
it's just these people covering, like, checking boxes,
that's what
so
it is.
they
You're checking
can
a box.
keep doing this.
You're checking a box to cover your own ass when it doesn't work out. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And of course, the irony of it is people want franchises more than anything else. People will kill for a new IP that it turns itself into a franchise and you can make 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6 movies out of. But of course, with that being said, you have to take the initial risk of the first film to get there. Like
Exactly.
you cannot create a franchise without a successful new first film, and they're not taking those risks anymore at the rate that they were, before the last 10 years or so, 15 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely stifles innovation and the ability to have a new franchise. Because what if the Bradley Cooper Margot Robbie movie is amazing? What if it's awesome?
Oh, then
And
it's just contributing to this
but now it's just an Ocean's
monster.
movie. Yeah, it's just an
Yeah.
Ocean's movie as opposed to your own thing that you could have had. If you just gave it a different name and a fresh angle on it. Because a heist movie is a heist movie at the end of the day. We're just talking about Heat. That's a heist movie. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's something that could be done, but again, covering your own ass, and hopefully
Yeah.
they're good though. I'm not rooting against them, that's for sure. But that is 2 Oceans movies within a couple of years.
Yeah. That seemed a bit silly to me. Like, what? Yeah. Do we
Especially
need it? Who's
especially after,
asking for that?
yeah, especially after Ocean's 8. It's like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And
And
13
like that, it feels like they're in about the same place, like production wise.
Yeah,
Clooney was saying, like, optimistically, in about, like, we could start filming in about 8 months. The Margot Robbie movie is on about the same track. It sounds like, anyway. Who knows with these things, but
yeah, of course.
if they have these movies, like, you can't come out with both of them in the same year.
It'd be crazy.
You're gonna have to hold on to one for a year or two
At
before
least,
you release the other one.
The rock paper scissoring with each other to like figure out like, okay, like you won, you guys go first, I guess.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
It's like that phenomenon where, like, two movies that are similar come out in the same year, or two, like, sometimes two of the same property. Like, this is a couple of years ago, we had 2 Pinocchio movies in the same year.
Yes.
This year, there's the Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein. The other year, there was the Elvis movie and the Priscilla movie. So there's 2 Elvises in the same year. So I wouldn't put it past them. They might both come out in the same year.
No, 100%. It's a thing that's happened many times. Like you're saying, is a very popular phenomenon in Hollywood for whatever reason, where these studios are trying to get ahead of each other and be like, okay, we have this idea. It's like, oh damn, we have the same idea. So yeah, I mean, whatever. But it, like, with it being an Ocean's property, you think that would definitely cut into each other's profits. That seems kind of risky, because it's not 2 independent things. But I don't know. I guess maybe you could chalk it up to like a Kill Bill thing or something, where it's like, we just release both these in the same calendar year, or like what's happening with the 28 years later, situation. But those are like related to each other, obviously. Like this story is congruent, and these are 2.
Did you see that movie? Did you see the new one?
I didn't see the new one. I'm dumb. I rewatched the original 2 to get ready for 28 years later, and then I just never got around to actually getting to the theater and seeing 28 years later. But
I did the opposite. I didn't rewatch the other ones, and I saw the new one, and the new one I really liked it.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I think 28 years later is on streaming right now, so I'll watch that, and then
I think it is.
I came across it recently, and then I will see Skull Kingdom, something like that is the one that's coming out soon.
Skull Temple,
or
Bone Temple,
some combination.
The Bone Palace.
Everyone's seen the shot of the skulls forming, some massive pyramid of bone.
Cool.
It's very cool. I'm a huge fan of the original. 28 Days Later is like one of my favorite horror movies, zombie movies, whatever you want to classify it as. I love the Cillian Murphy one. I'm a huge fan of everything about it, man. I love that movie. The way it's shot, it's creepy. It's so like guerrilla, like that's just like, we got this camera, let's just go make this movie, and like it's raw, and you could feel that, and it's dope.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to watch, like
Cillian
Murphy in that movie versus like, where he is now, like doing Oppenheimer and stuff like that. Like the growth of him is like
Oscar winner.
100%, right? Like, because you watch that movie and he's like, he's not the best, like he's raw, like you could tell the talent is there. 28 Days Later, I'm referring to. But he's like far from his final form, and then like, and he's very in it, and then like watching him progress over the years, now he's just like one of the best in the world. That's awesome. You like to see growth, obviously, and no one's going to be as good as they are, when they're first starting out, as 40 years later, 30 years later in the game. But it's interesting to watch. But that movie's absolutely phenomenal, so many different ways. A lot of iconic shots too. I feel like that they like created. Like, I know like Rambo did it too, but there's like my favorite one in the movie is like that slow pan, and the camera's coming to the right, and then you just see nothing, and then Cillian Murphy's sitting there, up against the semi truck, and it just continues to pan by him.
Right.
Like we've seen that before, but it's just a really cool, like,
it just
said I think that was in a Rambo movie too, where Sly is like up against a tree or something, and it just like
we don't know he's there, and then it's like, oh shit, there he is.
There he is. Exactly. All right, what else we got?
You got any opinions about Kevin Costner?
Just takes in general about what do I think?
Well, I bring him up because
what do you
where am I going with this?
Yeah, right. Before I air it out.
Well, let me show you what we're dealing with here.
I'm trying to remember the last time I've seen Kevin Costner in something. What was his last movie that I saw him in?
So the Hollywood Reporter put out this is their cover article, and it's just a hit piece on Kevin Costner. On-set brawls, courtroom battles, epic bombs, why the world's most bankable cowboys suddenly shooting blanks.
That's tough.
It's so dramatic.
That's tough.
But it just goes on, and it talks about how he's been difficult to work with, and he like wants to fight people that disagree with him, and obviously
I've heard the stories. Yeah, I've
his relationship with Taylor Sheridan on Yellowstone has been pretty publicly documented. There's this part of the article that I thought was funny. It says, between takes, this is on Yellowstone, but between takes, tensions boiled. Costner, both star and executive producer, was pushing Wes Bentley, to ditch Taylor Sheridan's script and play the moment his way. Bentley refused. He told Costner that he signed up for a Taylor Sheridan show, not a Kevin Costner production. And then it says Kevin didn't like that, and he lunged at him. No fists were thrown, but they were in each other's faces, pushing and shoving and just getting hot until they had to be separated. One witness was in tears.
Somebody crying in the corner, like, oh my God.
Yeah, stop fighting.
I will say, man, Kevin Costner's too old to be acting a fool like this. Like when you're the braggadocious 35-year-old hotshot, like that's one thing. Not saying that's right either, but like, testosterone, whatever. But like, he's an older guy at this point that's been through the ringer and has done how many projects, and he's still willing to like just throw hands over, probably something inconsequential at the end of the day.
Yeah. And it's about like, if that's true, like he's trying to take over the trying to take over the set, like you don't do that, man.
You can't Bogart the ship. I don't really care how successful you are and what else everything he's done. It's like, yeah, this is, if it's not your show, it's not your show. But yeah,
I'm struggling with this right now. I'm trying to get us both back here.
We're learning, we're figuring it out. But yeah, I mean, I've heard, there's definitely some Costner horror stories out there, and like the way he treats people on set and like, staff, help, waiters. I've definitely heard some things throughout the years that doesn't paint him as the greatest of men to have ever walked the earth, but yeah, I don't really. It's not like I'm out here looking for the new Kevin Costner stuff. I never watched Yellowstone, so I'm kind of out of the mix on that. We are having
some serious difficulties.
Yeah, we were doing so well. Now Riley is just wanting to make himself large and in charge, like Kevin Costner, and shoehorning me to a small, tiny little box in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner, Rye. Not even you.
I put you in the corner. Now, well, the thing is, I don't think either of us are on the screen right now. It's just our voices.
We're both on the screen on my end, but it's very tiny.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Okay, we're back, baby. Hey.
Like we don't
I'll never touch that again. I'll never hit that button again.
Well, that's the button you hit to get the viewing of whatever we're talking about on the screen, though.
Yeah, no, we'll come back to that button.
So you'll have to hit the button at some point.
I figured it out. Yeah. Last thing on Costner, sounds like you didn't see Horizon: An American Saga. Have you heard of this?
No.
This is like his self-funded Western that he made.
Yeah, no,
that he
never,
he like sold like his house and like he's just putting all of his money into this. This is like his like last hurrah. Like
it was his Coppola
Exactly, his megalopolis.
Metropolis or Megalopolis, whatever that was. Yeah, but
Um,
Coppola
but
has
this
that
is
kind of money where he can do that.
yeah. He didn't sell everything, and he'll be okay.
His wine money is he owns Napa at this point. I think like his
like I've seen some articles that are saying like we're kind of worried about Costner. I don't know, like he may have fucked up here. Who knows? I'm not gonna speculate too much on his finances, but but it doesn't look good because he's spent a lot of money on this. I think it was $50 million per movie, I believe. And he shot two movies. He wants to make 4 of these movies.
I remember hearing that. Yeah.
The first one I watched the whole thing. It's like 3 hours long. The first 30 minutes were like legitimately good. Like I thought it was like an excellent opening scene. Like after it was like it was crazy. It was like really well shot, well directed, and then it's a snooze fest the rest of the way, in my opinion. And it like doesn't look good after that. Like it just like the way it's shot, the way the color is, it just doesn't look very appealing to me. So he has shot this second movie. It was supposed to come out. I have it right here. It was supposed to come out in August 2024, and it hasn't come out yet. Or no, I think it was supposed to come out like a month or two after that, but it premiered at the Venice International Film Festival in August 2024. And since then, it just hasn't. There's no news on it. Like he just pulled it, and it's just it's not coming out. I guess I don't know. So if he spent $50 million on that movie, and it's not even gonna come out, and the other one flopped, dark days for old Costner.
He's probably down pretty bad then. That I couldn't even project how much money he did have, but like 100 million would sound right. If you told me he had $100 million to his name, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Why not? But like if it was 50 and 50, we're at 100. We're good at math over here.
I'm just gonna put it all on a Western.
On your your Lord of the Rings Western saga, like that's what you're shooting for here. And like, I like Westerns a lot. I don't think America is really gunning for a ton of new Westerns, and like, not that we haven't seen a handful of really good ones over the last, handful of years. There's like, the last 10 years, there's been some good ones for sure, but something of that magnitude, it seems like this is probably the wrong time to try to gun for something that large, but.
And it was, and I think,
I don't know, man, that's crazy.
I don't know about the guy, but it's just like, and I like, I think like what the Hollywood Reporter article is saying, like I believe it, like you've said, like I've heard things before where it's like, he's got an ego and he is difficult to work with in some cases, and the Yellowstone beef, but it just seemed like unnecessary for the Hollywood Reporter right now. It's not like he has a movie coming out. It's not like they're just like, you know what, like it's a slow news week, we need to come out with something. Let's do that Costner thing.
Kind of kicking him while he's down a little bit here, which that's not necessary.
And if he is an asshole, like I don't want to defend him, but I mean, it's like, it just seems unnecessary.
I don't know the guy, so yeah, but like, I do want to say, everything I've heard about Costner, I've heard the exact opposite about Eastwood. I just want to put that out there because Eastwood.
I've heard the same.
They say, Eastwood is like, he was like, back when they used to like hang out and stuff, Eastwood would like pick up his, tips and stuff like that, because Costner wouldn't be like tipping wait staffs, and Eastwood would be horrified over that, and like,
Clint was one of the people they mentioned in that article that had butted heads with Costner in the past, and
Yeah,
And yeah,
Eastwood's
and it like by all accounts, like it seems like people enjoy working with Clint Eastwood. Like these people still make movies with him. You know, it's like
talk about a guy that was able to age gracefully in Hollywood. I mean, it's truly like it's just like I'm gonna start making like Oscar-winning films myself. You know, I'll direct, and like, you know, he was like $1 Million Baby, and you know, like that run that he had where he's just like, yeah, I can do this on my own accord. You know, and
that movie that came out, was it last year, the year before, Juror Number 2? Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
You hear about that?
Yeah.
That was good. That was a good movie.
Yes,
You know, it's not amazing, but it's like a cool concept and it's well directed, you know, like
it was better than I thought it was gonna be. You know,
yeah,
I wasn't expecting a ton with it, but I was like, yeah, all right. You know,
it's like, yeah, the director is 99 years old.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, that's
it's wickedly impressive to still like if I can even remember my own name at that age, you know, I would be like, or if I'm alive, but like if I could, you know, like, yeah, remember my name, I'd be like pretty stoked, I think, let alone doing what he's doing. And obviously, you know, it's what keeps him young, I'm sure, but also he's a man that just built different. Like Clint is a badass, you know, like he's just always just tough SOB, you know, like that's just all that full.
Yeah, he's the definition.
Yeah. So, all right. What else, dude? You got anything else?
Yeah, I got one more thing. You heard of this Tilly Norwood? Does that name do anything for you? Tilly Norwood?
No. Put me on game, player.
So, I'm gonna have to pull this up. All the people listening right now, I think, know who I'm talking about.
I probably do.
This week she's made quite the she's been stirring things up. Let me just let me tell you that. We're gonna go back to the Hollywood Reporter.
All right. The Hollywood Reporter really been just helping us out.
It's been kind
of massive crunch.
Massive crunch.
Keep writing.
Shout out to StreamYard, by the way. StreamYard is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, we owe our lives to StreamYard at this point. They said we couldn't do it, but we did it. They said we got on the live on the YouTubes. Thank you, StreamYard. We would be nowhere without you.
Okay. So Tilly Norwood is an artificial intelligence actress.
Okay. I did see this. Okay.
This article came out I don't know, a few days ago, whatever the fuck. And it was saying that these big agencies were looking to sign her. I don't know how that works. Yeah, how do you do that? You know, and why would you do that? You know, like,
right.
You know, if somebody's just able to create her, why wouldn't the agents just like skip? You know, like they have to pay the person that created her, or whatever. Like, I don't know, I feel like there's a way to just do it anyway. But also, what are we talking about here?
It's insane.
You know, this is not a real person. Sure, the lighting looks nice and, you know, she's pretty, but she's not a thing.
You could also tell that like that's in like, listen, I know AI is getting really good. You know, like I've seen some
every
stuff.
Day it's getting better.
You know, right? Like the saying is like it's as bad as it'll ever be right now. Like, sure. But you look at that picture and you could that's not a real human, obviously. Like it's still like there's a plasticity to, you know, like her, you know, like it's they're almost there, but they're still 15% off or whatever. But again, like you're saying, what are we talking about? Is signing a figment, you know, like for what?
Yeah.
For why? Like, how are you going to use that? And like, why would these studios, if that's our future, which gonna try that bullshit, and it's up to the consumer to reject it. But like this, why would the studios themselves not just make their own things? Their own actors. I hate even saying that word for this context, but
Yeah.
And who owns this? What, like, who are these agents behind this creation?
Well, the person, I forget the exact details. I know I could look it up, but I'm not going to. But it was somebody that works in AI that created her, I guess, and they responded to the backlash and said, like she's not here to replace human actresses. This is a different thing. Like, this is an art form. Art is supposed to be controversial. She's kind of playing that card, and
it's not an art
but
form.
it's like, like, who are you trying to fool here? Like, we know like where this is going,
Right. Sure.
And there needs to be, I think there needs to be federal laws around this, preventing this from happening. Because also, like, I want, and there are some, like, in terms of using somebody's likeness without them knowing. But a thought that I had, the example of Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was, he's not doing so well, and he's, he doesn't act anymore. But before his disease had gotten really bad, he was doing these small, shitty movies that are just like what would be straight to DVD. I don't know what that's called now. It's straight to Tubi or whatever. And like there's a bunch of them. Like, if you go on Tubi or Pluto or whatever it is, there's these, generic action movie, and then Bruce Willis is in the corner, and he's probably just in the movie for like 5 minutes, but they have him on the cover and his name on there. They're just trying to use him to sell him, and it's, like, it's not like they're, at least from what I understand, it's not like they're taking advantage of him. They're just like, he's just trying to, he knows what's happening to him, so he's just trying to, like, work as much as he can before he can't anymore, just to cash in for his family and everything. And it from what I understand, it seemed like a pretty noble thing for him to do. But if the technology was good enough, and it still might, he's still alive, he might do this, to create an AI Bruce Willis to go into a movie, and now he can talk, and now he can just be, 90s, 80s Bruce Willis, whichever version of him you want.
Sure.
And
bring back
and the average movie watcher can't fucking tell the difference. Like, and if Bruce Willis, he's like, well, I can get money for this, and it's gonna help my family in the long run, and that's all I really care about. Fuck the integrity of movies as we know it.
Right.
I'm just trying to make some money for my family. So he signs this thing, and it's like, yeah, you can use my likeness, go nuts, just make sure you pay my family.
Right.
What happens if that, then, like, that's just like, that's a slippery slope. Then everybody's going to be doing it. And it's like, oh, that's an easy way to make money. I don't even have to act in this thing. And, this AI movies, at the movies, people are going to see it. They want to see young Bruce Willis back at it, and the technology, it's not there yet, but it inevitably will.
It will be there.
Like,
it's terrifying. Yeah.
That's the end. Like, that's the end.
The concept of a corporation owning your name and likeness forever, possibly, like, if you sign those rights over to, say, I'll use Disney just because of, like, the Walt Disney, keeping his brain, like in a floating tube. Like, it was like prophesized back then, like that idea, that concept was, thought about 100 or 80 years ago at this point, the concept was there. But like I said, a corporation be able to, like 50 years from now, 60 years from now, make a new Bruce Willis movie, possibly, or whoever, it's not tight, man. That shit is. I mean, every sci-fi movie is like predicted something along these lines at some points. It seems like, and like we're here though now. Like everything from our childhood, was like just like ideas, but now we're like seeing these things come to fruition live in front of us, and yeah, it's scary stuff.
And like on like in line with the Bruce Willis thing, when the SAG protests were going on, protests is strike, when the strike was happening, that's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
Justine Bateman was one of the more outspoken people about like, hey, we can't settle on a deal unless there's like firm AI dialogue in there, and and of course, like the dialogue that's in there is pretty fucking loose, and it's concerning. But she was saying that it's going to get to a point where you can turn on your TV and you can punch in or tell it, like say, I want to watch I want to watch Die Hard, but I want to watch Sylvester Stallone in the John McClane role, and I want to see Michael Caine play forget the bad guy's name.
Sure.
And
Hans,
I want to see
Hans Landa.
Hans Landa, yeah. And I and put more jokes in there, and
right.
and it'll generate it.
It's a Thanksgiving movie this time,
and now it's a Thanksgiving.
And they're in a dojo as opposed to a skyscraper.
A skyscraper, exactly.
Yeah, like right.
And it'll make it, and you won't be able to tell the fucking difference.
Right.
I mean, obviously, like it'll be in a dojo and everything, but but that concept of dojo just being able to replace any actor, being able to just tell something to create a movie, it's like.
Yeah. Nah, I mean,
I'm mostly, angry at just like the artistic
I mean,
integrity of that just ruins that entirely. But then, think about the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of jobs that it's getting rid of,
it's
sickening.
I remember, I don't know, like 7-8 years ago, I was reading this article. I can't remember what news organization, but it was like making the point, or like the case for AI, basically, and I think it was fucking Elon Musk that was saying this. Yeah. Don't quote me on that, but I want to say that it was him. But he was basically like arguing like, AI will actually add jobs, to the economy. And his entire thing was like, okay, sure, you get rid of every trucker in America because every truck now, semi-truck is self-driving. Well, you need people to repair those trucks still, and you need people to be working on, the software for these trucks, so it will actually improve jobs. And it's like, dude, do you know how many truckers there are, brother? There's no way you can like ever like add jobs by taking away every trucker out there, and like
and turn all the truckers into mechanics.
right. And that was basically his argument, or whoever it was. I don't know if it was Elon making this, but whatever. If I'm wrong about Elon, who gives a shit? But like it's like the people that have investment stake in these companies are of course going to make cases like this. Obviously they're going to. But like you're saying, like, imagine a world where every actor is out of business, or the grand majority of actors are out of business because they can just create them, or every writer or every director. It's like, how does that add jobs? You're literally taking away one of the biggest artistic outputs that our country has, which is cinema, man. Like it's the best art form, and you're eliminating that. Like art is is one of the most human things that we have, to like take that away. It's like, what do we
totally?
How does that help anything besides the people that own the production and capabilities of doing this? It doesn't help anything. And it definitely
it's such like, it's so easy to be pessimistic about Hollywood, and and that's like AI is its own thing, but it's like we already have. I mean, like you're saying, just like the cultural importance of Hollywood, and then it's there's so much incentive to make movies outside of Hollywood, and then outside of the United States as a whole, and I think both of those things are bad. If and this isn't a political podcast show, whatever the fuck, but if you're running California, how can you let the most important cultural thing that you have leave? It's like this is what, like, New York City has such a just a natural like culture to the feel of the city. You come to LA and it's not really like, the architecture isn't good. There's palm trees, I guess.
It's the weather, baby.
The weather, I guess, but it's like, I don't know.
No, I know what you're saying though. It doesn't have the feel of like a New York City, obviously. It's like it's its own thing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's like such a big pull of Los Angeles and California as a whole is Hollywood, and it's filming, and it's the studios, and
that's its own entity. Like that gives it an identity, as opposed to
exactly
this massive metropolis of 10 million people living right next to each other. Like it's Hollywood is Hollywood. Like it's the driving force behind it. And to lose that to
Hollywood's already in a tough spot, and then you throw AI in it, and it's just like,
what are we doing?
What happened?
And the speed that it's happening is like the terrifying thing.
I know.
It's a rapid pace situation where it's like, just 3-4 years ago, this wasn't even really like a thought, and now it's like a very much massive concept that is like rapidly increasing in speed. Everything about AI, I'm not a fan. I've never used Chat GPT. I'm very like proud of myself for like never even like really messing with the general concept of that stuff, because it's just like you got to take a stand somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But and it's like the other thing. I'm not a tree hugger by any means, but it's terrible for the environment. Like all the AI horrible. Stuff is horrific. And again, I eat meat, and it's not like I am
you don't have to qualify it.
I don't recycle a lot, like I'm not perfect myself, but like this shit is like horrific, dude. The water consumption that it takes like is batshit insane, and just really bad on so many different levels. It's not tight.
I was looking for this so this quote, I should probably confirm this before I talk about it, but it is on Instagram. It said that Sam Altman, the guy that is behind the OpenAI, ChatGPT, and
I know the name.
He said that OpenAI will use as much power as New York City and San Diego combined.
Seems like a lot. That seems like a lot of power. I don't know for sure. I would estimate though that two of the largest cities in America use a lot of power though.
The environment's going to go to shit. We're going to need Elon Musk to create these spaceships that we can go live in. It's WALL-E. It's WALL-E with
yes.
We're just going to be these fat people in these chairs that just have like all these screens and this entertainment around us, and we can stuff our face, and we can just like exist as a conscience. We're not going to, our bodies aren't going to matter.
One of my favorite quotes about that I've ever heard is, "How is the grass greener on a planet where it doesn't grow?" You know what I mean? It's like this is Earth is all we got at the end of the day, man. This is it. Like there is like this concept of like cultivating Mars or whatever is like, I don't know, man. How about we just try to make this a little bit better? But
I know,
whatever.
We're so smart but so stupid.
Yeah, human condition, man. Human condition. So we got anything else or what?
Well, I do want to end There's a Minecraft 2 was announced. We don't have to talk about that.
What was the thing, the line that was causing everybody to throw all the shit in the theaters and stuff?
It's the chicken.
Yeah, it was something chicken, wasn't it? It was
the chicken fight, the chicken boxer,
robot chicken,
the chicken. Yeah, robot chicken. That's what it was.
Was that what it was? I just kept seeing those videos pop up where like they would say like it's like say the line, Bart. You know, like it was just they're waiting for it, and then you know, popcorn and everything else would be thrown into the air. Which, dude, I'd be so pissed off if I was a theater. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Minecraft.
I don't either.
But I wrote it down in my notes for some reason. It was news.
Yeah, I know about cooking bricks, but not in Minecraft. That's all.
I don't even know what that's referencing.
Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Have
you ever cooked half a brick in an air fryer?
Do we want to do 10 minutes on one battle after another?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk about it at some point. We can't just keep pushing it back.
It does say in the title here, OBAA thoughts. So
that's right. Yeah, we've covered everything else. All right, so let's end on that.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's just start with your general thoughts.
So this has been one of my most highly anticipated movies since the general concept of it was announced. As soon as I heard initially that Paul Thomas Anderson and Leo were finally working together, I not perked up. I jumped out of my chair and started shadowboxing. You know, like
have you read Vineland? That's
I haven't. I haven't. No, and I've actually was it Pynchon? Pynchon.
Yeah.
I've actually. I do read a lot, folks, believe it or not. But I've never read any of his stuff, and I know he's a very famous, you know, American author, and I think I would really dig his style and everything. But I've never gotten into him, so maybe it's something that I got to start broaching a little bit. But no, I've never read Vineland. I do know that this is like you know, it's obviously not bar for bar taken from Vineland. You know, I think like the general concept,
different time period.
But yeah, it's obviously, you know, this is like a modern film, and the other, you know, the book was set in the 70s or something like that. You know, so again, I was been anticipating this, waiting on this one for a very long time. Very excited about it, and meeting expectations. I really liked the movie. I was very happy with it. I enjoyed the entire thing. It's, you know, roughly a 3-hour movie. It didn't feel like a 3-hour movie to me. I think Leo is absolutely incredible in it. I think PTA still has his fastball. I very much liked it. I liked the ending. I loved the Sean Penn character, like was so weird and bizarre and like funny in a way, you know, like in its own like weird,
Lockjaw.
like yeah, like every character had like a wild ass name, which is like cool, you know, like it didn't really feel like a PTA movie in some regards because of like everything that was going on with it. You know, again, I think I had too high of expectations going into it. I wanted it to be like a top 15 movie for me of all time
ever.
Yeah, you know, yeah, exactly. Like that's what I was thinking. Well, and it didn't live up to that, but I did like it a lot. Yes, absolutely.
I think it's hard with these kind of movies, especially when they first come out, where you know it's just like, you know, like you were saying, it's like if you could pick one director and pair him up with one actor, like this is probably at the top of the list. Like
it was
like everybody's
Last of the Frontier, right? Like Leo,
we've been waiting for this.
We've been, you know, 2019 came around obviously, and Leo finally got with Tarantino, and like obviously he, you know, did Django, but like this is his forefront film, you know, like he's starring in a Tarantino movie now, and it's like, okay, we get to finally see that. And that was like, you know, a big moment. You know, he worked with everybody else, you know, from Scorsese and Nolan. Finally gets his like lead in a Tarantino movie. Awesome. And you know, obviously PTA had his guys, and his guys were all gods, you know, from Philip Seymour Hoffman to Daniel Day-Lewis to Joaquin Phoenix. It's not like
the best.
Yeah. It's not like PTA wasn't heavy hitters up and down, you know, every single one of his films at all times. So it's not like he was like ever snubbing Leo, but it was great to finally see Leo get in a PTA movie. It was, like I said, the last like really truly great filmmaker that he never really worked with, and I loved him. I thought Leo was fantastic in this. Leo being like the real comic relief. It's not like we haven't seen that before. Obviously, he's done that, but he's very funny in this, and his character.
I think that's when he's at his best. I love all of his performances. But when you really narrow it down, I mean, it's for me, it's Wolf of Wall Street, it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I mean, even Don't Look Up, which is not one of his better movies, but like he's funny in it, and he's so committed, and he's really good in it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Wall Street was the one that I was going to kind of use as an example. Where it's like obviously he's the lead, but his character is doing all the comedic bullshit simultaneously. Like he's not the straight guy in that, obviously, while trying to play the straight guy, but it's
right.
The Jordan Belfort character is a fucking psycho. So like,
psycho piece of shit.
And you're putting him in situations where he's able to be very funny. The Quaaludes scene obviously is iconic. And there's a ton in there, him apologizing to Robbie, after a night of debauchery or whatever the case may be. You situations.
We'll do some kind of like Oscar what if thing at some point. I think that'd be fun because I immediately think like, fuck, he should have won for that. Like, there's other times where he should have won too, but like,
I was so sad.
It's day, like, dude. What was the lineup? What were the nominees? There's no way it was unless it was maybe it was like Daniel Day.
I can't remember. I'd have to look. I can't remember who was next to him that year. What was it? Was that the Dallas Buyers Club year? Maybe
it might have. It was definitely like around, if not the same year. It was like definitely around that time because McConaughey was in Wolf of Wall Street, and that was like part of the whole reconnaissance.
Right. Yeah. It just had True Detective, maybe a year before.
And True Detective was right there. He just had banger after banger.
It might have been, but I remember being so bummed out when Leo didn't win that. Leo's my guy for our audience of 0 people out there. He's always been my dude. So that was an upsetting moment, but obviously the Revenant came around and he rectified. But there was definitely similar qualities between OBAA and Wall Street in that regard. Obviously completely different characters, but his character just being stoned the entire time and like continuously smoking weed through like the most stressful like period of one's life or anything someone can go through, like
that first scene when he like gets the phone call and he's like, what? And he's still hitting it.
He's
and he can't,
it's getting worse on the phone, and he's just like, he's like, oh yeah, no, I'm a little high right now, and like everybody else in the world would throw that roach down, like, okay, I need my faculties around me, I gotta focus, and he's just like, yeah, anyways, and just continuously hitting it on the clip, like that's very funny.
It's so good. I mean I think the acting across the board is great in the movie, but I think it's the acting, and I think it's the energy of just every scene. If it's not funny, it's suspenseful, and there's a constant suspense once we get to that scene, and forward. It's just constantly moves, and I totally agree with what you said. Like, it does not feel like a 3-hour movie, and
goes by quick.
And it feels very rewatchable. I'm excited to see it again. I want to see it again in theaters before it's out.
I'll say it one more time for sure. It lives up to the title. It truly is one battle.
100%.
It's at your
perfectly
face
titled
the entire time. There's no stop. There's no quitting it. It's just you're getting that like just rah rah rah. One thing after another. From the opening scene. Very opening scene is like, we're breaking into, a pseudo, ice facility, basically is what it is, and we're going to break these people out. And here's the Sean Penn character doing some freaky shit, and
and that's just the prologue essentially,
yes.
up until we
Yeah.
use the Tiana Taylor character,
Right.
and yeah, even like that chunk is still like, what's happening, where are we, who is, it's just so magical how he directs his movie, and just the energy that it has.
Del Toro, great.
Got to talk about Del Toro.
Yeah,
Such a calm, cool performance.
That's what I was gonna say. It's the energy shift with him. Everybody else is, like anxiety filled, scared, on tilts, on the situation, and it's Mr. Miyagi just, like everything's gonna be fine. Follow me, and like the way he's even like leading Leo throughout the entire situation. It's just like,
it's just like he's done this a million times.
I've been under worse fire. What's this? It's like a Vietnam vet on his fourth term. It's tour. It's like, whatever.
Like
it's fine at me. Whatever.
A really special part of it. Like I thought it was funny in the moment, but I think it's like really good writing. The more I thought about it, it's when he first brings Leo in there, and Leo's like just trying to fucking charge his phone. He's just trying to find an outlet. He's like, no, you want to go into my room? It's more private in there, and but he's like, no, but stop. Like, this is he's like having him like meet people on the way in, and it's like, I don't know, like that. There's something about that I think just that kind of adds to the whole thing, where it's like, hey, calm down. Hey, meet this person, shake their hand, these are people. And it, obviously like immigration is a big, part of the movie. And I just thought that the way that Benicio carried himself through that was so important to the movie. Like the movie kind of like needs that at that point.
It doesn't work without it. Like it really doesn't. Like the you need that tempo switch. You need that like common force, in the face of war, and that's what we're in, without that, everything is just so at your throat, the entire time. And you have a guy that's just like, we're fine. You want a beer? You want another Modelo?
He's always got beers for him.
Yeah, it's all good. And like him talking to like his little homies, the skateboarders and stuff like that, and like they're kind of like on that level too of like, it's it's fine, like we're just gonna go run it across these rooftops. And like, and that's actually that shot when they're getting off the rooftop, and like the silhouettes of them are shadowed across to the building across the street with the ladder right before Leo falls off the building himself, which is very funny and very much like, how does that choice? That's what I said when I typically watch movies by myself in theater, and I said out loud to myself, that's a choice, when he fell off and just like bounces up and like is all good, like they needed to get him off that rooftop somehow. Like, how are we gonna do it? And what if he just falls 40 feet? Fuck it, like and then instantly, gets tasered by the police. And that scene cracked me up. I don't care how unrealistic not breaking a single bone is. Like, that's very funny.
I know. Yeah, it's like, oh, he's okay. But then, right after that, like he got caught. So then, like you would think, like the movie, okay, it's gonna slow down for a second.
Yeah.
But then it's like the nurse goes in and she's just like, go into the bathroom, go down the fire escape, and he's like, what, really? And then it's just like, bam, we're back in it. Benicio's back, and now they're hauling ass down
instantly. Yeah, it's like a 3-minute sequence of like, oh no, like this is gonna like, the movie's gonna slow down a lot now. Like, you got this to deal with. And then that the whoever's like booking him is like, oh, you're diabetic, huh? And he's he's like, what do you no, like I'm fine. No. And she's like, yeah, you are diabetic. Like you gotta go see the nurse, and you start to figure out what's happening there pretty quickly. But it's yeah, him jumping in and, you know, Del Toro throws him, you know, a 6-pack of Modelo or whatever. Like, I do like that Del Toro is like almost like a nurse himself, where he knows how much of a brutal alcoholic the Leo character is, where it's like, I have to keep feeding this guy beers or he's going to start like withdrawing in front of me right now. So I have to give him a constant supply of this to keep him like mentally in check. You know, it's like he can't operate without a constant stream of beer into his system at all times. That's very funny.
I heard Leo equate this movie to Star Wars in a way. He was saying that he's like, well, we've got Leia, we've got bounty hunters, we've got Yoda, we've got Darth Vader.
Like, I mean, I
wouldn't have put
that together, but it's I can see it.
It's kind of a fun way to look at it, you know, and I like the comparing Del Toro to Yoda.
Yeah. There's plenty of Jedis. You know, they have their own hideout in the middle of the desert and stuff. I see the comparisons with that for sure. Yeah. Like the nun. It's very interesting, like how you know, every character is essentially like a real outsider of society. Obviously, you have, you know, the revolutionaries. You have these, you know, like nuns who grow weed that are just very off the grid. You know, the Leo character himself, his daughter, they're both living, you know, essentially off the grid. I mean, I know she goes to school and stuff like that, but like, what is Leo doing? You know, like what's you know, it seems like he just sits around, drinks and smokes weed a lot. Like, you know, everybody is an outsider to some degree. And then you have like the biggest insider of the Sean Penn character, you know, not only, you know, his job, but like attempting to join this weird ass elitist
Christmas Adventures Club.
White
Adventurers Club.
White power situation. I don't even like know exactly how to describe what they were, but yeah, and the again, another funny name, the Christmas Adventurers Club. Like the way they kept saying that seriously, you know, like
was it Hail Saint Nick? They were saying Hail Saint Nick,
saying it without a bit of irony or humor to it, like just like stone cold, like Christmas Adventures Club, of course. There's nothing weird about that, you know. It was very, very funny. But yeah, man, I don't know. I really liked it though. And the ending, like car chase.
That ending sequence, incredible. What a set piece that those roads and the way he shot it, putting the cameras on there and dips in and out like that. It's I mean, that part that's pretty legendary. That's like
that's badass. All of that
top tier. Yeah.
The sawed-off shotgun, you know, through both windows, you know, spewing Penn's face off, you know. And
how about the the like Terminator like walk that he did? Like I've heard mixed reviews on that, like, and it's almost like the Leo falling off the roof thing, where it's like, you know, he's still alive, you know, he's still going, you know.
Yeah, like no man should have been able to survive. But
it's you know, it's one battle after another, I guess, you know.
100%.
Like the movie just keeps going. You just find a way to keep it going.
Yeah. And it, like, you know, and it also like it's not like his character didn't get away with anything, you know, like if anything, like he just had to live with like a really fucked up face for a while, like in severe pain, obviously, like going through surgery after surgery just to heal up, to get freaking Auschwitz, you know, like inside of a room, just gassed, you know, like at the end there. So, you know, that, which is kind of that's almost like a Tarantino-ish, where it's like the bad guy never gets away with it, you know, like he's gonna get hit eventually, you know, and it's like that guy, you know, you're gonna get yours, you know, and he did. And you know, happy ending enough for Leo and his daughter turning into, you know, taking her mother's mantle, I suppose, you know, the very end scene. Oakland's got something going on, like we're we're right now, you know.
Yeah, I love the ending so much. I mean, it's it's this father-daughter story. This guy,
Yes.
he's just trying to get his daughter back, and what I love the choice of not having him save her. She
Right.
does it herself. I love that choice. And then we find out that it's she's it's because Sean Penn, it's Sean Penn's biological kid.
Right.
And then that ending when Leo's coming in, and it there I don't know how you were thinking, but I was thinking, fuck, like don't shoot him. Oh yeah. I thought she was gonna fucking shoot him.
I thought so too.
But then he says, "No, I'm your dad." And then that breaks her, and then that's just like the big moment.
It was the way I kind of read into that almost too is she's already like has her mother's revolutionary mind already. She's so locked in. She's thinking in codes. She's thinking the situation, and it took her a minute to kind of deprogram that, snap back to reality of oh, okay, that is just my dad. It was kind of interesting. That 30 seconds of tension where they're really just staring at each other, and she's drawn on him, and it's okay, oh yeah, okay, dad. We're good. I thought it was brilliantly done though. I thought the ending is just absolutely perfect. And no notes on that for sure.
And I like.
Is it your favorite movie of the year so far?
I think it is. I think that much I can say. I was going to say that I can't, I want to think of it in terms of, how does it rank amongst PTA movies? How does it rank amongst Leo movies? So on, but I don't think I can, I don't think I'll feel good about putting it anywhere at this point, just because I don't know. It's too fresh. Maybe I need to see it again. Maybe I just need time away from it or something. But I think it's like my clear favorite of the year so far. How about you?
I agree. Yeah, I was kind of doing that exercise the other day. Was it? And I obviously haven't seen everything.
Can you think of it in terms of PTA movies? I know it's because it is also hard with the expectation going in, and it's like I said, for me, I think I need time to process. It's
in the upper echelon, I would say. I mean, it's definitely top half, big time in his catalog.
I'd agree with that.
I do not think it's a better film, and like you said, I need to see it a couple more times because I've seen every PTA movie, several times over.
Same.
But I don't think it's as good as There Will Be Blood, and I don't think really anything is. It's the way I look at There Will Be Blood, I think it's just a perfect film. That's one of those masterpiece, magnum opus, pictures that is just going to be really hard to top for anybody. Even the guy that created it. I don't think it's as good as Boogie Nights. I still would probably put Boogie Nights over it. But again, I need to see the movie. I've seen Boogie Nights, a handful of times in my life. And I have some type of weird emotional attachment to it when I watch it. There's similarities though, I think, within those two movies, in certain ways, but I wouldn't put it over it at this point. But it's a better movie than a Hard Eights or The Master. I think it's better than that. I love Licorice Pizza. But Licorice Pizza would still probably be in the bottom quadrants of PTA movies.
Yeah, I think this is better than Licorice Pizza, and I do love that movie. But
I do too.
Totally agree. Yeah.
It's definitely not as good.
I agree
on any level.
That much I can say. But I think it's when it's you talk about the top five, it makes it difficult to me to place it in his top five. But I think it is at least around the 5 or 6 mark.
That's where I'd probably have it right now. But again, if I see it again, it could jump to number 2 probably. I think it has that type of ceiling.
Yeah.
I'm
I agree.
From that, I don't know. Like I said, There Will Be Blood is such a hard thing to top for me, so I just don't think that's probably possible.
And I just Yeah, and maybe not, but
Maybe.
and with all of his movies, I'd say all of his movies are very rewatchable,
Yeah.
and this one is no exception. And I think that we will watch it many more times, and it very well could rise the ranks.
And it's hard to even compare this to something like a Phantom Thread, also, where it's like
it's so different. Yeah,
like like what are we? It's like I mean, even like kind of There Will Be Blood in a way. Like obviously,
totally.
There's at least one awesome like set piece and There Will Be Blood and stuff like that. But it's like a very like tonally different and. There's like no words.
Magnolia,
sure.
Like they're all like very different vibes. Like,
yeah.
Magnolia.
I forgot. I blanked on Magnolia. I was like running through all those in my head, and I like, where the fuck do you put Magnolia now? Yeah, that goddamn.
I know. It's in there, but
I watched it kind of recently, actually. Back, I hadn't seen it for a little while. Magnolia.
I love it.
I watched it probably 4 or 5 months ago or so. And I kind of started thinking about like, okay, where is Magnolia at? And that's again, I'm about to say that every single one of them is in the top half of
I know
a catalog.
I know. If we really start dissecting,
that is going to make sense.
That one's really fucking good too. Exactly. You know what? Heart 8 is actually fucking good.
Heart 8's awesome,
and it is good. It's very good. Yeah,
it would definitely be in the bottom half, but I do like Heart 8. I do like me some Heart 8, but I'm very happy with it. Like I said before, I'm glad the PTA still has his fastball. Not that I was ever concerned with them losing it, but it's good to see that one of your guys is still, he's got a lot left in the bag if he wants to,
And this I believe is his 10th film, right?
I think that's number 10.
And he's never said any of the the bullshit Tarantino stuff. No. But I mean, Jesus Christ, if he did retire right now, he's one of the greats of all time.
Yeah. Get him that yellow jacket. That's a Hall of Famer.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a Hall of Famer first ballot. Lock it up.
This just, it feels like his moment where like he's never won Best Director, he's never won Best Picture. This is the year. I don't see any other movie taking that away from him. We'll see. It's the award season is very political and it's very long. So we'll see what happens with that. But I feel pretty fucking confident that this is going to do really well at the Oscars. It's going to take many awards. I think Sean Penn is going to win. I mean, we'll see what the nominees are, but I mean, fuck, he's incredible.
Penn is back. Sean Penn is back, boy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, he was amazing. And it does feel weird having a PTA movie without obviously Philip Seymour Hoffman has been he's been gone for like 10 years now, but like you become accustomed to like certain guys in a PTA film and like they're not there this time around, like this is like a new crew, a new cast basically, and everybody is just throwing 102 on the black regardless. It's like PTA is so damn good at getting the best out of his people, and also just choosing the best actors in the world helps that situation also. And he did that again. He's really good at just being like, oh let me just go get the best ones, but very good all the way around. No notes, loved it. Gotta watch it again though, for sure. And
I agree.
Then
good. I'm glad we're aligned. We're aligned on that. We hadn't talked about it. I was a little worried. I think maybe you're going to be a little lower on it, but I agree with everything you said.
The only thing I'm a little disappointed about, it's not a top 15 movie of all time for me. That's the only thing I'm disappointed. But again,
those were the expectations.
Those were my over the top insane expectations that I had. I said going in, if this isn't, if I don't feel the same about No Country for Old Men as I feel about this, I'm going to be disappointed. And it's up there. I mean, don't get me wrong. But I didn't walk away being like, that's one of the best movies I've ever seen. But is it an Oscar-winning film? Yeah, probably so. Like you're saying,
I think it will. I think this. I mean, not only is it a great film, but it feels like it's just time.
It's relevant. It's
it's the film itself is relevant, but I mean, it's like time
for him.
The Oscars do this, where it's like, okay, well, we never gave Marty an Oscar.
Yeah,
The Departed's pretty good. Let's do this.
That's right. Yeah, it's almost the career achievements Oscar, even though it's not fair to look at a lot of movies like that, because like when The Departed came out, like, yeah, that's an Oscar-winning movie. Sure, there's nothing, but like it's
that's great. I love it.
Yeah.
But it's it's kind of like Leo and the Revenant. Like there wasn't like a clear opponent that year, and it is a really impressive acting performance. It's not one of his better movies, but but it's like just give it to Leo this time. Exactly. Like let's just let's just give him one.
Yeah, we just kind of screwed him over with Wolf of Wall Street a year or two before. Like totally. People are gonna come for our heads if we don't give Leo, he was nominated 5 times before. It's you can only like nominate and not let a guy win for so long. Before it's like,
totally
like pass him the rock. He deserves it. And you're right with PTA. I do think he deserves it, unless something else comes around that absolutely blows my mind. But it does seem like this is the best one, and is going to win, Best Picture at the end of the day. And I will be happy because PTA deserves it. One of the best ever, man.
Thank you, PTA.
Thanks, PTA, for sponsoring this episode.
Oh, he's a sponsor. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, no, you should see what he sent me in my Venmo. It's kind of crazy.
We're splitting that, yeah?
We should, ethically.
60-40?
I'm investing it in AI.
Oh, smart. Smart. Yeah. Investing it in Tilly Norwood.
I own you. I own your property. I own your face. All right, let's get out of here, dude.
Yes, that was good. This was good. I have a train to catch.
You do. Yeah. If you're in the if you are watching this, which you're not, and you are in the Sacramento area, this Saturday, 2 days, at the Crest Theater. Doors open at 6 p.m. The festival starts at 7. Access Sacramento is putting on a place called Sacramento Film Festival. Riley D and myself have a film in the festival called Chucky and Lucky and the Nummiest Timepiece. And we'll be premiering our short there. If you want to come do. It'll be a good time. And you'll see us maybe win. We'll see. See what happens. How you feeling, Rye? How you feeling about it a couple days out?
I feel good. I think that we'll get something. I don't know what it's going to be, and I think I know we're going to be upset about not winning a handful of awards, but I'll tell you what, I feel really good about the audience award. We have a lot of people coming.
We do have people. We got reinforcements. We got soldiers,
and I did not expect this. This is like at least twice as many people we had the last time we were in it in 2022.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. So at the end of the day, I'm excited to be around everybody, be downtown Sac, and it's gonna be a fun night.
Yeah.
So if you're not able to make it to the show, come to the after party.
Yeah, exactly. Least. We'll be out.
Yeah.
Be raiding.
Slide into my DMs. I'll tell you where we're at.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll have a good time. We'll let you buy us a drink.
That's right. Make sure that you subscribe and like this video, and follow us.
Don't do it.
Here on what else are we on? We're on X. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on all the things. Look up Future Archives we're there, baby.
Yeah.
We're actually not yet, but I'm gonna be.
Probably are. We're probably making.
We're gonna be.
So,
we're gonna be. So the name might change. It might be Future Archives Show.
Maybe a show
or something stupid like that.
Whatever. Who gives a damn? Who cares?
Who cares? What are we doing? Doing?
This is for the realist ones only. The realists of the realists. Don't like, don't subscribe. Keep it to 0. Who gives a shit? Fuck it.
No, this is not good content. Let me tell you.
It's terrible.
Is not like
I
would not watch this.
No, fuck no.
We've been rambling for almost 2 hours about Kevin Costner and AI.
Right.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. But yeah, show up at the film festival though. Thank you very much, everybody. Until next time, which probably be
That's right.
Doing Tuesday? We're doing Tuesday? We'll probably do Tuesday, something like that.
We'll probably do Tuesday, but I don't want to put that in writing yet.
Right. Yeah, no. You missed.
That didn't really work.
That's your bit. That's the bit we got. Blow the candle out. Whatever. Fuck you. All right.